Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So today I'm going to be doing a video talking and exposing Inside, who is Jidion's manager. I did briefly talk about him in my Jidion is a fraud video, but I felt like I need to just make a whole video dedicated to him because he has done some really scummy stuff and he's constantly contradicting evidence to make himself look good and to try to, cover up him and Jidion's huge problematic situation when it came to them confronting EDP at his dialysis center. So to quickly catch you guys up, basically Inside is Jidion's Discord moderator, I guess, even though his title says owner. But basically, he was the guy who kind of set up the EDP45 interview, which happened a few months back with Jidion. And that's obviously my first complaint, and I brought this up in my Jidion's video, is there's proof, and they've talked about it multiple times, on how they actually invited EDP into their Discord filled with minors. The purpose of this was for his Discord to ask EDP questions live, but obviously this could have been done in a much better way, in a much safer way. So basically, there is evidence in Inside's video that shows that Jidion did send EDP the link to his Discord, pretty much inviting EDP into his safe place, into the Discord, in which EDP actually did end up finding Kayla, who's the 15-year-old girl who was groomed by EDP. She came out with her own video a couple months ago that she was groomed by EDP, and she had a bunch of evidence and a bunch of proof, but we're going to get into that. Basically, yeah, Jidion invited a predator into his Discord filled with minors. They have brought it up a couple times. He brought it up in Moist Critical's video saying that, like, unfortunately I did alley-oop him. But I feel like it deserves more response than that. I feel like a lot of people have been like, oh, Ploobies, he already addressed it. Yeah, but that's not just a small little mistake. You literally made your whole entire Discord vulnerable. These people that look up to you and join your Discord expecting you to kind of protect them within the Discord because that is your community. And then you end up inviting a groomer into that Discord. And then one of the kids actually end up getting groomed, who was Kayla. Which is really deplorable, and I think that's worthy more than just him going, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it kind of sucks we did that, yeah. And this was also proven in one of Inside's video where he shows Jidion sending EDP a link to his Discord. So it wasn't like EDP just found the link. Jidion sent it directly to him, which is a huge issue, and that really proved that they're always going to be content first, given the interview. But that being said, let's keep talking about the interview. The interview didn't end up working out, I guess, because Jidion and EDP were not on the same wavelength. I guess EDP wanted to get paid last minute, in which then he ended up flunking out, and obviously this was a huge issue, and Jidion caused a lot of backlash because, there was over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and obviously people were upset because they didn't end up getting this interview, in which was being hyped up and everything. I understand why. I mean, I get it. I'm not disappointed that the interview never happened. I'm upset the fact that he kept the VOD up for months after saying that he interviewed EDP, which just wasn't true. On top of that, he let the interview continue with Sneeko and PackGod, and it just wasted everyone's time because they're like, yeah, we might invite him. I think Jidion said a couple times, yeah, guys, I think I'm just going to take the hit. I think I'm just going to invite him. So a lot of people stayed just to not even get the interview. So obviously this caused a massive issue for both Inside and Jidion, and that's going to be a massive motivation to why they tried to set up EDP in the first place, because it seemed like they wanted redemption, and this is clearly shown in a lot of Inside's videos where he claims that, like, yeah, I was the guy who set up the interview, and we wanted revenge. We wanted to get revenge.
I helped catch EDP445. So basically, I run Jidion's Discord, discord.gg/Jidion if you haven't joined yet. And a couple months ago, I set up an interview with EDP445 himself for Jidion's stream. But EDP ghosted us. So naturally, I was angry and I wanted to get back at EDP445.
And so I think that is a really good point to bring up because it seems like they did not give a shit about Kayla and they were only focused on trying to redeem themselves, which I think is a really good point we should bring up, is the fact that they really did not care about the victim at all. They only wanted to jump on this opportunity to try to get Jidion reputation back up. He even brings this up in the Instagram.
The EDP445 interview has to have been the biggest failure in all of
Clearly, we're doing this as a redemption thing to go set up EDP. It is plain and simple based on how they treated Kayla and how he's constantly contradicting himself. That being said, let's talk about the contradictions he's been doing. So like I said, he has a YouTube channel where he has 3 videos pretty much discussing the topic. And the huge issue I have is multiple times in these videos, they'll say that EDP hit up Kayla first, that EDP was the one who engaged in contact, which is a huge argument they have against the fact that this isn't entrapment because EDP end up getting, hitting up Kayla first.
Make sure you tell your parents, tell the police, all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, yo, I have a fire idea for a video. What if you just lead him on for a little bit, so that and then I'll tell Jidion all about this, and maybe Jidion can get an IRL interview with EDP because he ghosted us on the online one. So she literally just came up to me and she was like, "Yo, he's DMing me," and I'm pretty sure it was because he saw her in the chat or something and saw her Instagram was linked to her Discord account. But she showed me the chat logs and he messaged her first, so.
But then he goes on his Reddit, and yes, this is his real Reddit because it is, part of his YouTube where you can actually click and go to his Reddit. He posted underneath on the r/EDP subreddit, she hit him up first, then unsent the message. So he's pretty much contradicting himself and Jidion, who both said that EDP hit her up first. So it's kind of confusing how now he's going to the Reddit and claiming that Kayla hit EDP up first, even though both him and Jidion had said multiple times that that is not true. That actually EDP hit her up first. So I'm very confused on how he's contradicting that evidence. Another massive contradiction he has, and I think this one is really important in the timeline, is him and Jidion both have said multiple times that Kayla was actually went to the police immediately. Like, they told Kayla to instantly go to the police.
So before we even considered to make a video about this, we made sure that she was okay, that her parents were involved, and the police report had been made. In fact, I didn't even alert Jidion to it until she had told her parents and filed a police report.
He even says in one of his comment sections, they reached out to the police and the victim went to the police station and filed a police report nearly 2 months before Jidion and Skeeter went to confront him. Skeeter has done this hundreds of times over many years. He is far from amateur. The child was already leading him on before we ever talked to her about it. My issue here is Kayla has also said to me and on my live stream that she actually went to the police the same day Jidion and Skeeter went to go confront EDP. So I want them to get all the evidence, but at the same time, it's been how many days since you filed the report?
Well, I filed it on August 11th, but...
What is this? What in the actual fuck is this?
Yo, I need you to do me a favor. Can you call this number and patch me in?
Yeah.
Wait, the victim, she's calling me.
No,
wait, hold on.
One second.
Yo, hello?
He's texting me right now still.
What is he saying?
He told me, "Fuck you, bitch." That's what he said.
We got him.
But I'm already here. I filed the report.
Yeah. Keep on filing. Do your thing.
So I'm obviously more inclined to believe Kayla because it makes more sense. The fact that Inside and Jidion would probably tell her to go to the police during the sting operation when they're already going to go confront him and nothing can really get in the way, because they're definitely scared that, if she cut contacts with EDP or if she decided to just immediately stop talking to him, that would cause EDP to get suspicious, so they couldn't just go confront him. He would obviously be on edge.
They weren't allowing me to go to the police station 2 months prior because it would have ruined their content.
But she did continue talking to EDP, and I feel like if she did go to the police immediately, they would have told her to cut contacts and everything and then take all the evidence. But considering the fact that she did continue to talk to EDP on behalf of Jidion and Inside telling her to, which is going to be the next point we're going to get into, I'm just more inclined to believe Kayla. And also, she has no really big reason to lie. And if she is lying about this, that obviously could cause an huge issue for the court case, because when she reported to the police is obviously very important in this entire situation. So that being said, let's move on to the next point. Both Inside and Jidion have mentioned multiple times and are completely open with talking about the fact that they told Kayla to continue talking to EDP even after she has already been groomed. They tried to justify this by saying that they talked to her parents, they checked with her and see if she was okay, yada, yada, yada. I think it is still extremely inappropriate for both her parents, Inside, and Jidion to allow Kayla to keep talking to EDP. They claim that, she was never in harm's way. This was never going to be an issue. No matter what, this is never going to be a good thing if you tell a victim to continue talking to a predator. I think that is highly irresponsible, and the main purpose for that was so that they can get content. So that's obviously a massive issue. At no point during the sting operation were they ever going to benefit the court case. It's not like the sting situation was EDP was there to meet up with a child, which is the kind of the big thing when it comes to stings, is they're there to meet up with a child, which could be used in court if they can prove that they were there specifically to sexually involve with a child. But the sting operation had nothing to do with him meeting up with Kayla. They just went and confronted him. That was it. So I don't see anything about this sting video that could actually benefit the course at all. If anything, it's just going to negatively affect it because it caused these massive issues. And now you got someone like Inside contradicting the evidence and yada, yada, yada. So this whole entire situation is so incredibly fucked up. And I don't see how this could benefit anything. For everyone who thinks Inside and Jidion are heroes, they're clearly not, and this is proof. Like, they're not heroes at all. An actual responsible adult would have told her immediately, say, hey, look, block EDP, go to the police immediately. But instead, they took Kayla and used her for content. You know what I mean? This is absolutely deplorable. And then on top of that, the video wasn't even good, which I already talked about. It wasn't even worth posting. You know what I mean? It literally nothing happened. It was such a bad video. You know, and then he goes on to say that Skeeter Jean is a professional.
In this case, I even stumbled across this comment on Reddit titled, EDP might escape justice once again because of amateurs. And to call Skeeter Jean an amateur is beyond crazy. Skeeter Jean has worked with law enforcement for years on these videos, and he is by far not an amateur.
Ambiguous, and don't give up the information that you have. If you've got the quote-unquote dick pics and you're like, is this you? Then you've screwed it for San Diego, because that's stuff that they will come to you with.
Questions for you. I want to know what this picture is of you with the makeup on. Do you recall this picture, Bryant? Bryant, can you look here? I just want to know what this is. Like, what in the actual fuck is this?
Yeah. Right? So yeah, he's definitely a professional. Both him and Jidion are just professionals. They're totally not just content creators at all, and don't care about who they put in harm's way as long as they get those delicious views. You know, it's absolutely deplorable, and Inside needs to answer for this. I really hope he sees this video and attempts to talk about it and attempts to really disprove everything I'm saying. You know, it's going to be hilarious to see. So on the last note, I do want to bring this up because I've kind of not talked about it in my last couple videos, is the final point I want to bring up is Inside and Jidion are very dead set that Kayla was never going to be in harm's way. She was never going to be at risk. But if you guys have seen Kayla's Hoskins video and her talking about EDP and her experience, she has a clip of EDP explicitly saying that if she was going to set him up and if she was going to do this, he was going to shoot her and everyone involved.
He would kill me and everybody else there.
But I'm telling you right now, if you fuck me over, if this shit goes wrong in any fucking way, shape, or form, give your soul to the Lord.
Both Jidion and Inside know about this. Jidion, he's even brought it up in Penguin Zero's video.
He was kind of tamed at first, but he literally set a voice memo saying, like, if this is a setup, I'm gonna fucking air you and everybody else out. And so we were on high precaution whenever we conducted the investigation in person.
And they still proceed to go along with it. I think that is also incredibly immature and incredibly dangerous. They claim that she was never going to be at risk and that she was going to have no issues, yet they willingly knew that EDP felt this way. And yes, EDP is all talk. I understand that. But the fact is you had someone threatening a minor or threatening an individual with death and everyone involved, and yet they still went through with it. I think that is extremely irresponsible as a content creator, and I think that itself also deserves a response and stuff like that. But anyways, that's all I really want to bring up. If you like this video, guys, leave a like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.